What's going on, guys? It's your boy Logan. I'm here with my amazing co-host.
It's your boy, Brayden Noble.
And welcome back to Actors. I just hit my mic. Jesus. All right, we're starting this off rough. Actors POV, episode 22. Let's go, baby. Yo, I just messed up my mic talk.
Bro, do you want me to buy you a new one?
Yeah, man. I'm going to have to hold it like this the entire episode. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, welcome back to the potty, bro. I am so hyped. Dude,
taking number one.
This episode, bro.
This episode.
I am so excited. It might be crap. It might be good. I don't know. We'll see. That's up to you guys to decide, man. The amount of people that watch it and give this video a like, or the Spotify thing. I think you can like a Spotify.
Dude,
maybe
why
you
wouldn't
can't.
you like? Why would you listen and not like?
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's really weird.
It's really weird. Really weird.
Personally.
But yeah, no, man. This one I'm really excited about. We have Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, baby. We're going to do the review of that one. Oh, stop playing that John Williams score. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The acting news, as always, some box office fun stuff, and then Indiana Jones franchise ranking at the end, which is going to piss a lot of people off, but we don't care.
But we
do not care. But before we dive into that, though, how's life, Brayden? How are you, good friend?
Dude, I'm good. I am swell, my boy. Today, actually, as we're recording this, made my debut on Hulu and Disney Plus with When Sharks Attack.
Oh my God. Dude. Let's go, baby.
Oh my God. Super small role, but it's still cool. You can just be like, yo, go on that and watch me. Pretty
Disney
dope.
Plus, baby. And Hulu,
Disney
right?
And Hulu combined.
Yes, sir.
Pretty cool, right? Yeah, man.
Let's go, baby.
But got the editor, our darkroom footage. We're in full send. Everything is in full motion right now. We are chugging.
Yes, sir. Stop playing, baby. Yeah, man.
You, good sir? How about you, good sir?
Listen, bro. You already know mine.
Mine.
Fun stuff moving forward for just the actors POV, ENT in general. We have, the movie editing thing that's going pretty well. Mr. Brayden drove like an hour or something to drop off this little thing, which I was like, you didn't have to do all that, but he did it. And then, so we got the editing thing going on, man. An incredible editor who's going to be helping us out. Really organized. That's what I love about her. So it's going to be, yeah. So she's going to be pretty good. I'm excited about that. And then, got some fun stuff on the way when it comes to just business things. When it comes to the podcast and specifically, we're going to be doing hopefully getting a new location soon. And this location will be in person. Bro, that's gonna be a big step forward. I know you guys are gonna be excited. I know you guys are really gonna enjoy that. So yeah, man, in-person podcast is gonna be awesome. Cannot wait for that. So we don't have to listen to my dogs bark in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Mine too.
So it's gonna be great, baby. I'm so hyped. They're barking right now as we speak.
Can't even hear them.
Oh, really? Look at that. Can't beat it, baby. But yeah, no, it's gonna be even quieter. And we're gonna get new mics. We're gonna be, oh, dude, don't even get me started, bro. I'm so hyped for this. And then in that same building, there's gonna be some other things going on that I'm gonna announce by the end of the month. That I'm very, very excited about.
We are here.
We are here. Where's the plane?
Where's the plane?
Where's the chum? But no, man. So some fun stuff on the way. I can't wait to announce that to you guys, man. And yeah, but right now it's mainly focusing on the movie, man, The Dark Room. So posters out now, baby.
You guys are gonna get freaking posters out. IMDb. I crafted that. I went.
Yo, that was all Brayden went in there, man, and made like a Nightmare on Elm Street type of you know what I'm saying? That's what I got from it. It's clean. Oh, yes, baby.
And now your boy, Logan Allen. Dude, did you check out the trivia?
What trivia?
Dude, so I don't know if you know this, on IMDb, at the bottom, they always have trivia for a lot of movies, right?
Okay.
So I put two trivia. I put this is Logan Allen's first time directing. Although he's always aspired to do it. And then the other one was Wiley Godleski had to manually shove eye contacts into Brayden's eyes.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was
good.
That was interesting. Yeah, because you never had contacts before that, right?
I tried and it just never worked. Remember?
Yeah. So Brayden never did contacts before that, and those are the tough ones. So the ones that like have like his weird eyes, you guys will see when the movie releases. Be ready. It's a weird like white coating around it, man. And this poor guy. It's like, by the way, it's like probably like maybe like a I don't know, like an eighth of a centimeter thicker than regular contacts. Might not sound like a lot at all, but it's a lot when it's in your eyeball, dude.
Every time you blink, like it itches, like you feel in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's rough.
Like there was something wrong with it or something in it, so I'd take it off and then readjust it, and then it was better, and it was like.
Well, even with me, like I have just the normal contacts, dude, and just after like I don't know, we'll say 2 weeks, because I have the monthly contacts. You can do daily, weekly, and the monthly. I did monthly; it's the cheapest. And also, like you don't have to change them out every day. You know what I mean? You can just keep the same ones for a month. But the bad thing is, after like 2 weeks, that your protein in your eyes start building up on it, and that's not even nearly close as like painful as the contacts that you had, and that bothers me. So like, the homie Brayden and the tall man. Mr. Wiley had to endure that. So big props to y'all, man, because that's not easy.
It was not fun. It was pretty ass.
That's crazy stuff, man. Great stuff. But good news is though, it turned out beautifully.
It's over. I looked myself in the mirror. I said, "This is your bad movie."
Yeah.
Goddamn lie.
Yo, that's what Brayden said. He's like, bro, if you have to like shove them in, we're shoving them in. I'm like, all right, man.
We're shoving them in.
I'm like, we'll do it, baby.
Because someone was like, we can do it in post. I was like,
yeah,
get the fuck out of here.
This ain't Deadpool, man. This ain't Deadpool,
man.
Yeah. By the way, that was a blooper, guys, when we were doing it, man. I had like some kind of line, and I go, mine. So weird. You know what it was? Is I was trying to say,
mine.
There was like 2 different words that were in my brain when I said that, and it was mine that just came out.
Oh my dude, but like y'all need to see it. Like it's gonna be the start of the blooper, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be the blooper.
Zoom in on him, and then he's just like, "Hey, Jacob, stop playing, Mike." Everything was so serious. No one could tell. Stop playing, man.
No one laughed. Like, no one laughed at all during that take, which is so surprising because we had some guys with us, bro, that just crack at everything. Yeah. And it caught me off guard when I did it, and I was like, you know what? I just gotta keep going.
I had a silent laugh, yo. I was like,
and that's a serious moment.
Oh, it was a
very serious moment. One of the most suspenseful parts of the film. And I go, Mike, what's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
So funny, dude. But yeah, anyway, we're here, Mike, to do Indiana Jones. This is like an Indiana Jones episode, bro. I'm hyped. Yeah. These are my favorite to do. So let's go ahead and let's hear the synopsis for The Dial of Destiny.
Daredevil archaeologist Indiana Jones races against time to retrieve a legendary dial that can change the course of history. Accompanied by his goddaughter, he soon finds himself squaring off against Jurgen Waller, a former Nazi who works for NASA.
Nazi! It's a Nazi!
Nazi!
All right, so listen.
This
movie, man. Yeah, I think we have some differing opinions on a lot of different stuff here. I think, I'm not gonna lie, the more I need to watch this movie again. I say that every time we do these reviews because we've only seen it once because we do it the same weekend it comes out. I need to watch this movie again because looking back on it, I'm like, wow, there were some really good moments. And then there was also moments where it's like,
takes you out of it.
And looking back on it, the good moments are jumping out at me a little bit more than the bad moments. And we can just kind of go through that right now. So let's just start out with the opening. All right?
Dude, let's just say it.
Let's hear it,
Brayden. Best fucking opening in an Indiana Jones film.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give a fuck. Get off of me.
Bro, it's so good. And, for the longest time, my favorite opening was the second. For me, it was Temple of Doom. And don't get me wrong, the Indiana Jones movies have always been fire with the openings. I mean, you got, like, the first one, obviously the most iconic. With Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know what I mean? The snake, or was it the?
But dude, on when everyone's all dressed up nice and then they introduce you and they show around and stuff.
No, I'm talking about the first one.
No,
I'm
oh my bad.
yeah. But yes, that's why. Well, also like, and the
I
reason I
thought that
like
was
the
your
second
point
one.
that you're getting at. That was
That
like the
definitely
beginning of the
was
fight.
100%. Yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but yeah, like Raiders of the Ark, cool. You know, you have like the
Icon. We
ball and
talked about that. I think
yeah,
you just said it. The most iconic.
right. And we'll get to that once we do all the rankings. If we're going to rank all the movies, we'll dive in deeper. But I like that one. Then you have the second movie in Temple of Doom, which was my favorite going into this one, and that's the really cool Asia type setting. And I'm a sucker for that, bro. The cherry blossoms, you know what I mean? I feel like I was in like that John Wick sequence, you know what I mean? It was so dope, bro. I love that one. And then of course you have the third one with River Phoenix. Which was so cool as young Indiana Jones, one of my favorite openings as well. Then you have the fourth one, which the whole atomic bomb thing, and then you get to this
Love
one,
that opening,
and
actually.
that's a really good opening. And then you have this one, which just somehow exceeds that, and I did not think that was possible.
It literally just felt like it was. It felt like what we used to see, just finally with good CGI and graphics. Like
Yeah.
it was just they did it. You know what I mean? They did do it.
So yeah, speaking of CGI, so they do the de-aging thing in this, and like it's
fucking weird, bro.
It's very weird, and it looked great for what they were doing because they didn't shy away from it. Let's just say that there was a lot of close-ups on.
I'm glad they didn't
Harrison
do
Ford.
it too long. I think if they did it any longer, it would have been bad. It would have been gross.
Like the whole movie.
They did it for like maybe like a sixth of the film, so it worked perfect for me. You know what I mean? And I looked at you, bro, and it like as I finally I think that's why they cut it off so short. Because as I started to watch, like by the end of it, right as it was going away, I was like, yeah, it kind of looks like CGI. But like when I first saw it, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like what the hell, dude?
Yeah, it's solid definitely for what it is, but there are a lot of moments where you're like, like it looks like Play-Doh, like claymation, like the way his hair moves and stuff. Like it was a little rough. Also, his voice was just like his
weird.
It was just his 80-year-old voice.
They did not de-age it at all. It sounded so weird. I'm glad you thought the same
dude,
thing.
It was so funny, bro. So I just had crazy deja vu right now. But no, yeah, really trippy. Wait, no, sorry, we talked about that in this podcast. There was another flashback scene. Remember, and you mentioned it, or it was like one movie that you watched in particular, where it was like they did the de-aging, and they didn't change the voice. And remember, it was like really, really noticeable. This one wasn't too bad. There's another one like that, bro. There's another one like that. And I forgot what movie we talked about it in, but it was one we reviewed, one of the early episodes. Yeah, I don't know. But no, it was solid. But like I said, there was a lot of moments, and then like especially the action sequences where he's moving around. It was a little rough, but
he had some Little Mermaid hair, and I was like,
yeah, that's what it was. Just the way it moved, it was so weird. And I think like and that's actually one of my kind of cons with the opening. I love it to death. Don't get me wrong, but like you're almost so focused on the de-aging that you're not paying attention to the storyline at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because like, for me, it's that one part where they capture him and they like make it the focus. Like when he's like chasing him on the motorcycle and he jumps on top of the train. And like I don't feel like I didn't feel as like super focused on it. But the moment they like take it off of his, like they want you to look at his de-aged face. Like that is the whole point of that shot. And then that whole scene of him like talking, like they want you to see exactly what, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. So like so like and like you said, as it went on, it just got a little worse and a little worse and a little worse. And you're like, all right, cool. And like you said, I think they got away from it at the perfect time. I think they did great.
Just in time.
But it had an Indiana Jones feel. Like that's my biggest that's another problem I have with this movie. Like the Steven Spielberg effect and feel wasn't necessarily there. We'll get to James Mangold in a little bit, the director. But I think Steven Spielberg, he had that kind of charm to these films, and it was missing that just a little bit. But in this opening scene, it felt like a Steven Spielberg Indiana Jones movie. So
sure,
fast paced.
I agree. You know what I mean? Yeah, so dope. For sure. For sure. Even going back to the university for a second, like that was kind of like it almost paid homage, but like let's just move on. Let's keep going. Let's trek right now, man.
I feel you.
You got the opening of him in class, and you don't know any characters yet, and then they go to the moon, and then okay, hold on. Before we get anywhere, they introduced the villain in such a cool way, and I like how they did. where he got hit in the face at the beginning and he ends up coming back, later on.
Dude.
That was pretty cool.
The villains overall, how they introduced them and how the villains in this film,
Amazing.
I love them. They're some of my favorites. They might even be my
Usually,
favorites.
no, dude. Usually, you always have at least one or two people in the group. You're like, just shut the fuck up, dude. Like the main guy would blow your freaking head off.
Yeah.
But like all these guys, I was like, nah, he's gonna turn on the dude, like the head guy, and blop him in the face, bro. Or I'm like, dude, this big guy is just gonna go Hulk mode and snap everybody.
Yeah.
But they like stayed a unit. Nobody ever like
right.
derailed. You know what I mean?
Because it was for Hitler. It was for the Nazis. That was the big thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And yeah, I thought that was interesting. I'm trying to think of some other stuff too. I just want to make sure I'm thinking of the right movie. I think so. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I thought the main guy, what's his name? Mads Mikkelsen is like the main guy, and he's really cool. He's not really menacing in any kind of way, in my opinion.
It's almost like he's a villain that doesn't have, like, he doesn't care about the hero. It's like, where like a lot of villains are like, oh, I want to take over the world, but really it feels like they just want to do something to fight the hero.
Right.
This guy wants nothing to do with anybody, but literally just get this thing. Like, he does not care.
You're right. Yeah.
No, he literally even looks, that's because what I loved about his character, this is jumping super far ahead. I loved at the end where on the plane, he was like, we did it. We did it, Jones. We made it to 1935. We did it. We did it together in history. And I was like, he doesn't even think of this dude as his enemy right now. He is like literally telling Indiana Jones, we are comrades. We had just made history together.
Right.
Like he had, like, that's what I'm saying. Like you said, he's not menacing. He didn't want to hurt anyone really. He just wanted what he wanted,
100%.
I thought it was super cool. I thought it was a super cool character choice that they did right there.
Right. And like his side guys were kind of the villains.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
No, I thought the mustache guy was super menacing, bro. The guy just shooting everybody, bro, just went like, bah, bah, bah. I was like, God, man, it's crazy, man.
I was like, he's that one dude. I looked at the beginning and I was like, I fucking hate that guy, but that means like that's how you know I love someone in a movie.
I thought he was annoying
someone
at
makes
first.
Me say that,
right? And I thought he was annoying at first, and then like as the movie went on, he got more like, not I want to say more likable, but he became a better villain, if that makes sense. Like, yes, I don't know, but at first he was kind of, it was like, oh, okay, what are we doing here? And then once he started, because I feel like
they tend to have like those guys like go and like, boof boof, and then the minute they're behind closed, they're like, yeah, these. Right. You saw how I shot that motherfucker. You know what I mean? He was like,
why'd you give him a country accent, bro?
I don't know, dude. Those are like the guys that come to my mind. But like, no, he killed him and he walked away, and he's like the same dude everywhere. Like, he's always like that. And I think it makes it more like redeemable.
Yeah, no, for sure. I really like that. And then I thought the whole CIA thing at the beginning was interesting too. The one lady that was kind of the main one that was like actually in the CIA and then realizes that those guys are Nazis and kind of turns on her. Mm-hmm. I thought that was really interesting and almost in a negative sense. Like, I wish we would have maybe dove into that a little bit more. Because I'm not gonna lie, this whole so the main what do you want to call it, device or whatever in this movie is the dial of destiny. Basically, it can kind of like basically messes with time and all. You can go into like these ripples and dimensions and like really trippy. I'm not the biggest fan of the actual device itself. It was cool. It was just a little too much for me. You know what I mean? For like being an Indiana Jones movie, even though Kingdom of the Crystal Skull kind of knocked that down and was like aliens. You know what I mean? UFOs, but like just the time travel thing was a little weird for me. But I'm just more of a simplistic guy. I don't like all the crazy stuff as it is. But my point though is like I would have been okay with getting rid of the Dial of Destiny thing and focusing on and Indiana Jones and that main lady, because she's a really good actress, kind of figuring out how the Nazis got into their little group, into the CIA. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been really, really cool. Maybe diving into more of that storyline, but we didn't get it. It's kind of threw her off to the side. We didn't see her for the rest of the movie, and it was just kind of like a side thing. But I really would, and they focused on the Dial of Destiny. But I would have liked maybe seeing Indiana Jones team up with her and kind of figure out how they're, getting into the government. But we didn't go that route, which is fine. It's always gonna be in the back of my mind.
I know what you're talking about. It was like a waste of a subplot. Like, and I actually really liked the plot of this film. like you said, it is definitely out there. You know, it reaches boundaries of like what's believable or not. But like the plot itself, like I thought the pacing was great. I thought the action scenes were great. Like it was good. That was the only point in the film where I was kind of like, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she seemed like an important person, and then they dished her off, and you almost felt like I felt like she was gonna like fake her death or something, or like something was gonna
Right.
happen,
She's
and
gonna
then
come
we
back.
watched her die, and we were like,
Yeah. Yep.
what? You know what I mean? I was like, what?
I thought she was coming. Yeah, I thought there's gonna be something going on there. Maybe she would fake her death, come back, and then it just didn't happen because you didn't really see
Yeah,
her fully die either. You know what I mean? That's what was weird.
yeah.
That's what really got me. I was like, okay, we're going somewhere with this, and then we just
It's like
didn't
you
do
put
it.
so much
So
emphasis on her, and then like for
yeah,
what?
yeah,
Like
I didn't
what
like
was
that.
the? I don't know.
Very
I don't
weird.
know.
Mm.
That was the one weird thing that like story wise, plot wise, that stuck out. I'm glad you brought that up. It was
Yeah,
just like
very strange.
didn't make any sense.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, but and then so okay, and then at that same kind of time they introduce Indiana Jones like goddaughter or
goddaughter.
whatever.
Dude, I'm saying it here now. I
Uh,
cannot stand her character. The
okay.
actress is a phenomenal actress. By the end of the movie, I actually decently liked her, but like her
I didn't.
character is annoying. Like the
So annoying.
character is annoying.
So annoying.
Like you think about it, like that's her godfather. She comes back, steals from him, and then like fucking scolds him like you were never here for me.
Traps
What
him.
is a godfather?
Traps him in the thing. Wants him to die to the Nazis.
Bro,
That's what I didn't
bro,
understand.
literally tries to kill him. Sorry,
Yes.
Indy. Literally like scolds him at one point. Oh yeah, then what's a godfather? What do you mean? You're what the hell?
What do you mean by that?
What the hell,
Yeah.
bro?
No, like
Who
that's
are
what got me.
you?
That's what
He
got
had
me.
his
Like,
son.
yeah, right. And then like when you try to kill him, that's what got me. I was like, I
And
understand,
bro was trying to
but
keep helping her the whole time.
yeah,
It's
I
just like at least with Mutt, like regardless if it was Indiana Jones' son, obviously we all knew the moment he walked on screen that was Indiana Jones' son.
yeah.
But until you really knew, he wasn't annoying. And he wasn't trying to double cross Indiana.
Right. Well, and he kind of did have that cocky attitude, but it was like it felt like the character. This one almost felt forced, felt weird,
Forced.
you
Like she
know,
was
and
trying to be like Indiana
right,
Jones.
right. And when you spin, and this is probably my biggest con with this entire film. You spend the entire second act and really the center portion of this movie building her
Like
character.
building her and then to
That's
just be
all they
like
do.
to like bro, to like have her have no meaning by the end of it. I'm sorry.
Yes. What did she
All
do?
she just I don't know, makes Indiana Jones hate his life more.
It makes the viewers hate their life more. I like it's crazy, man. I don't know, man. And listen, I do like the second act. There's some really good moments. There's a really good motorcycle chase sequence and stuff, but I don't know, just her character overall. And then the little kid that they have just felt
It's
like
I round
yeah, just felt like a knockoff of Short
knockoff
Round.
or
Like,
short round
what are you
I'm sorry.
doing? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't really care. You didn't really build him up to be likable either. So it was like these two unlikable characters alongside
He
Indiana
wasn't,
Jones.
and that's the thing. At least with her, they tried to build him likable. Like the only point where you're like, "Oh, this kid actually gives a fuck," is right at the end. He's like, "That's my friends. That's my friends." After he's fucking stolen someone's plane, like, dude, like
Yeah.
every other point in the movie, he's like, "Oh, he's running the show now." Yeah, bro, shut up. You're 12, dude. He's fucking ancient. I trust him over you. Any bro, in this your own city, bro. He knew your own city better than you. Shut up,
That's true.
bro. He said, "Shut up, kid."
He want to get gelato and walk around the city and get kidnapped and then pretty much ruin the entire process and get Indiana Jones captured.
Like for
Just
real,
saying.
bro.
But I
At
don't
least
know.
with her, my problem is they have her at the end. It's like she does something important, and you know what I mean. I think Indiana Jones is like it's that kind of that thing that he always does in every movie. Like even with the chalice in the third one, like how he almost died reaching for it, but he gave up at the end. It's the same type of thing. Like at the end of every movie, he kind of does that reach where he almost feeds into the bad guy attitude, and he's like, "Oh, but that is the power." Oh, and he's like, "Oh, I can change the fucking course of history."
Right.
And then, she pulled him out. Regardless, like I don't like it how it ended because personally, like I was sitting there to myself and I was like, bro, if my goddaughter who was a dickhead to me for the last few days, decked me in the face after meeting one of history's greatest creators, and I woke up back in my shitty apartment that smells like pizza, I'm fucking pissed. I'm pissed. I'm like, why did you cut me short, bro?
Yeah.
Why'd you cut me short, bro?
You're right.
I'd be so mad. Like, dude, I understand they should have just had Indiana Jones like have a big brain moment and be like, oh wait, you're right. I'm gonna fuck up the whole timeline.
Yeah.
Let's dip.
And you know,
have like a cool thing where they work together and like that gives the watch and shit more meaning. You know what I mean?
Well, let's talk about that final thing then while we're at it. I mean, that whole ending, it brings life once again, dude. That whole center for like number one, this movie's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's the longest Indiana Jones movie.
So long.
By far.
Dude,
cut this movie down 30 minutes.
Like, those movies can be so good, but I always find myself when it's over 2.5 hours, I'm always like this.
Yeah.
I'm like 2 hours, I'm always sitting here like,
are we
like
there yet?
even if it's good, I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah. No, I feel in this movie, when you spend like an hour and a half developing this character that you really don't care about, it's just like, you know, and that's the risk you take, you know what I mean? And you know, the writers knew this going into it, you know what I mean? Disney knew this, you know, but like, that's the risk you take. When you don't like a character that you focus heavily on, the audience is going to not really enjoy themselves, and that's kind of that's what found me in the middle of this movie. But anyway, after you get through the really rough middle, in my opinion, you get to a really cool ending where they go back in time. They try to go back to the 1930s, so then once again, I loved Mads Mikkelsen, his character, his whole like which I'm looking for.
He's like, he wants to kill Hitler. He's like, Hitler's the reason we lost the war.
Motive. That's the word I'm looking for.
His whole motive.
Yeah, trying to go back and trying to take over the world. Like, it's just so cool. You know what I mean?
Because he's like, what would have changed winning the war? And he was like, Hitler dying, or like Hitler. Like he still wanted Hitler dead. He just wanted Hitler to die before they lost.
Right.
I loved that.
So cool.
That's where the maniacalness came from.
Yeah.
There's nothing about his presence that made him maniacal except for his brain. His brain was scary as fuck because you didn't know what he was thinking, and then he said things like that.
Right.
And I know the one part I told you about where he was like the continental drift, and then he like sat there, and you could like he did such a good job putting that worry on his face. He was like, yeah. Yeah, no, it was wild. And then they go back to like the Crusades or whatever, dude, and like. That was probably one of the coolest points. And then like and then you know just that whole sequence there with Indiana Jones, you know, seeing like the thing that he always talked about. He always talked about that, you know what I mean, in previous movies, and that event and that historical event. You got to meet a historical figure. That was really cool to see. And see the joy on Indiana Jones, man, the character we actually all love. And just the whole little sequence that took place there, you know what I mean? The people, the Roman whatever they are, you know, thinking that they're the airplanes are like the dragons or whatever, you know what I mean? Like just stuff like that was really cool. And then also I was watching a breakdown of the movie yesterday, and they mentioned that remember when they find that first corpse in the movie? Yeah, when they go into that little thing, they find the corpse or whatever. There's like drawings on the wall and stuff of the dragon with like the wings that are like airplanes and stuff, and like the watch that he gave him. That remember that he gave the guy. Like there's like little nods. So in other words, at that point, history already took place. Does that make sense? Because when you go back in time, that means that it's present. It's really weird how it works. So it's really cool to see. So like I always really. I don't know. I always like when movies do that and they're really consistent with their work and the writing's really good. But yeah, the whole sequence was good. So I liked the beginning, middle was rough, and then it goes back up at the end. But because I was even gonna say about this middle part, like they had that cool auction section where I actually thought was really cool, and they made it really cheesy. What where part? They were like Indiana and the Max guy, they showed up where she was like selling. It's like an auction for stolen items. And she was like 1,500, 1,600. Yeah. And it could have been something super cool where they're all trying to be discreet about it because they know like they all think they own it. And or they could even have like the head boss come out. Like we had that one guy, like the fucking long lost boyfriend. It was more of like drama than it was like exciting. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just feel like it was a missed opportunity. It wasn't bad. It's just a missed opportunity to do something a little cooler with that scene. Because like literally everybody turned a gun on, that was kind of funny when everyone turned a gun on Indiana Jones.
Kind of like the reverse of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but like up until that, like it just felt weird. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone's gonna pull out a gun. Like, how is he whipping the whole room out of nowhere? He's like, get back, get back, get back. I'm like, they're not fucking dogs, dude. They're people.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
they'll whip out gats on you, bro.
yeah.
What can I say? You know what I mean? I think it could have been something cooler. Like maybe he was like, one dude stood up to him and he like took his gun and caught it, and then he was like, nah, like in like
Right,
home it. You know what I mean?
right. Just something. Yeah,
Something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
No,
know, because
I
the
feel you.
annoying boyfriend was not enough for me.
I get it. I get that.
To
Yeah, no,
save
I see what you're saying.
that.
It's definitely something that's kind of, in there that was a little strange. And there's moments like that, I'm trying to think of what else kind of bothered me, man. Trying to look.
Well, I have my overall like arcing big things
Yeah.
about this movie.
Go for that, man.
I think because I don't really have much bad like left to say, like nothing in a bad way. Like this, I think this movie is a good movie. It's weird because when you'll see the ranking, you'll see where it lists. I really don't think it's a bad movie. I love the actors. I actually really like the plot. It does get a little far fetched, but when you think about what they did with the fourth one, like you said, isn't really that far fetched. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, but dude, it just doesn't feel like an Indiana Jones movie. At least with like not like that. Like Indiana Jones doesn't like with how they focus so much on building his goddaughter. Like they just took so much like
I don't
it's
know
like we
exactly what
see
you're saying.
prequel Indy, and then we get a glimpse of him and she's already there. And then
Right.
we're focused on building her dumbass the whole time. And then we get to where they go into like the other dimension, and then it becomes about him again. And
Right.
it's just like even with Mutt being the side character, like you never not once felt like, oh, when people saw Mutt trying to put on the hat at the end of the film, we are all like, take that shit off. This is Indiana. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like it was an Indiana Jones movie. I
Yeah.
feel like they really tried. Like even with her walking away at the end with everybody, like they had the final shot on her. Like I
Mhm.
don't know, they made it a lot about her, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is his last time playing the movie. Like unless you're doing another one and she's freaking the next Indiana Jones, like
Right.
I don't know. I feel like you should have focused on the star
Right.
more.
No, I totally get it. Yeah, no, I think it's, a missed opportunity. And like you said, it doesn't really feel like an Indiana Jones movie in the sense of here's my biggest thing. I think Indiana Jones is like almost like a quarter of like a Western movie, kind of. And I feel like that's what this movie was missing. Every other movie, and Kingdom of the Lost of the not the Lost Skull, Kingdom of the what's it called? Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. There it is. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That one even had less, like, it feels like they got almost less Western over the years, except for the third movie. And I feel like once you get away from that, you lose a little bit of Indiana Jones. And I feel like that's kind of what we saw here. We just lost a little bit of Indiana Jones in this because it didn't really have any Western material in it. And whenever you did, it was like in the opening scene. That's when you really, or opening sequence, is when you really had it. And, and after that, it kind of just falls apart. And I do like this setting. I think it's well. I do like the characters. I like the returning characters. Oh, speaking of that, let's talk about the ending. I know you weren't a big fan of how Marion shows up at the end and have they have that little moment. You go and talk about that first because I'm going to give my opinion after.
The reason I don't like it is because, like, where the fuck was she the whole movie? Why is he such a sad, mopey bitch the whole time? I'm sorry, I'm vulgar. Why is he a sad, mopey bitch the whole time? And then by the end of it, she just comes back and they're like, oh, Indy. No! You guys hated each other. What the fuck? Who is it? This little she-devil that just tried to kill this man?
Yeah.
Really, after she knocked him out, went and got his side piece and was like, yo, you need to get back. This guy was literally about to stay in fucking 800 BC because of your bitch ass. And then she was like, oh, are you serious? It was a good moment, but like, damn, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they just kiss, and then it goes back to these dweebs running in the street. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Put it, like, have her give him the hat that was hanging up, because we just see it hanging up. Have her give it to him, and he, like, puts it in a suitcase, like, showing that it's closed. It's closed. It's done.
Right.
Instead,
Right.
we just have them fall in love, and like, I wish they would have included her character more, because I don't know. I feel like she's a very important part of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So why, like, mentioning her the whole time? and then just throwing in her for the last 5 minutes, knowing you could have put her in more probably.
Yeah.
Maybe something to fight for. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would have been like, because Indiana Jones almost like, it seems like his motive for getting the dial is to almost like, and I know it doesn't seem like this, but like it's almost to prevent like Mutt dying or like him enlisting. Like that whole idea of like his son enlisting and their family breaking up. Like he wanted to go back to a world and like change. That's why at the end she was like, oh, you would have changed the universe. He was like, is that a bad thing? He wanted to change things so it would have been okay with them again. And so I like that she came back, but it's like you have moments like that. She could have been there other times. There could have been other moments.
Yeah. No, I those moments I think are definitely needed in some aspect, but like I just don't know where you could have put them in. Like I don't,
Dude, honestly,
because
it's
the
so CIA
fast.
lady went, get ass out of here. No, I'm just kidding.
Really?
No. I'm making a joke because she has no relevance.
Sure. Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, you're right. No, I thought you were talking about that sequence. Yeah, I think she just like it's such a fast paced movie. She wouldn't really have time to get in anyway, you know. Which I think is why like you didn't have to. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe don't kill off Shia LaBeouf's character.
Yeah,
and just put him in like Montana.
Yes.
Because that's the cause of all the problems here.
Yes, and because that's what it kind of seems like. You know what I mean? For me, I just feel like it almost takes not the importance away from it, but like that's what he was like. You're kind of sitting there with the whole movie, like, why the fuck is he doing all this? Like, what does he care about so much?
Yeah,
like, it's a relic. Let her sell it. Like, really, what do you care about?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like, I feel like that could have been something that like they mentioned it a lot, like you understand, but it was never like the motive on his brain, like, oh, I'm going back, I'm gonna repair my face.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What I mean? Yeah, if you're gonna have a big focus like that, make sure the audience knows. It's like they just didn't let the audience really know.
Because it's our profession that we're grade A detectives in this. This is our profession.
It's what we do, man. No, yeah, I didn't like that. I agree. The motive was very weird. I thought that was maybe just me. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I missed something after all the face CGI weird. At the beginning. The motive was very weird, and because we were talking about that throughout the movie too. We were looking over at each other, saying, "Why doesn't he just leave? Just go home."
There's no motive. And it's like, that's the motive, but he doesn't act like that's his motive.
You're right. And yeah, 100%. The signs don't really point toward it with his body language and what he's doing. And that just really bothered me. But I did overall like the end with Marion. I thought that moment was very sweet. It was really good to see. I'm not going to lie. I really, really like that ending. But I do agree.
You're right with what you said, the whole, like, the here. It pays homage. It's like a nice way to wrap it up.
Right. It's fan service, but it didn't feel like fan service in a terrible way. Like, sometimes
you're
like
right.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, dude. Oh my God. The amount of fan service they throw in that movie and doesn't really land. That's a problem.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it worked a little bit. There was some cringy moments, like when he goes up with the thing and they turn and the guns pointed at him, and that was a little cringy. But I thought this moment at the end, though. Yeah, no, like you said, it's like a good cringe. You know what I mean? You're like, but okay, it's a little warm for you, But I think that moment with Marion was very sweet, and I think it was a really, really good moment. I'm glad they threw that in there, and it's really.
I'm glad she made the cameo, because I would have liked it. I almost would have made it more memorable if Shia could have been there in that last shot too, like, or like you said, like a Montana thing. You know what I mean? And she's got a card from him or something.
Right.
Something like, I don't know, like they made the family back together. Then it would have been like,
Right.
I guess the family was back together. That's why I do like it. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's not like this movie took place over like a span of like a month. You know what I mean? Or even some other Indiana Jones movies really took place over time. This one was pretty fast paced. And like I said, there's no way that Shia LaBeouf's character would have been able to get to him, or there's no way that Marion would have got to him. So like we were talking about earlier, just don't kill him off. Don't do any of that.
Join the service. They were archaeologists.
He wanted to be an archaeologist.
So like that's what have them die. At least make it make sense. Where's the plane?
Make him fall off a boulder or something, man.
Yeah, where's the plane?
Where's the plane, man? Where's the plane?
Man?
I don't know. We got abducted by aliens. I don't know. Do something. You know what I mean? I just not just and listening. I agree. That was just very weird to me. But and then last but not least, man, we never talked about him, but James Mangold as the director did a really good job. I really enjoy his work.
Really did.
And
do a good job.
yeah, this the cinematography as well, but the directing and the direction that he took with a lot of these characters and just his setup with the story and editing and pacing and everything was pretty well done.
When you look
he's a solid director.
When you look at people who have directed like the newer Star Wars, and then you go and look at him, how he's done like with taking it from like leaving it off like as a bigger name director and like company behind it, like he's done a pretty good job. Like they fucked up Star Wars. He's done good with it. Like for what they gave him, that movie was really great.
Yeah.
Like really great directed. The shots were great.
Well, also just kind of like filling the shoes of Steven Spielberg is a very big step. That's the best director of all time. You know what I mean? There's a lot there, and then he did a great job, especially that opening scene. That opening sequence was really well done. I loved it. So I love James Mangold, and he's kind of still on the rise a little bit, even though he's been around for a while.
I was telling you about it.
Yeah, new Star. Yes, sir. Should be interesting, man.
Yes, sir.
And that should get you more hype because you're like, okay, you can actually do some stuff, baby.
Yes.
I've never seen Star Wars, guys. I'm sorry.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm still. They should have brought back Short Round, bro. I had a Short Round movie. I'm still.
Bro, I've been saying, why was he not in the film? You brought Solo back, bro.
You know why?
Short Round, bro.
You know what? And it's because I didn't even think about that, and then I was watching. I think it might have been. Who was it, man? I watched like 2 reviews, on this movie, and someone brought it up, dude. And I was like, that would have been amazing. You bring back. You know why they didn't do it? Because this was before everywhere, everything all at once, or whatever it is, everywhere, ever, all at once. So like that was before that. Think about it. He didn't act for 20 years or whatever it was. So they just didn't really think about it. And I guarantee they're pissed right now. I guarantee it, bro. I already know it, man. I already know it because that would have brought in so much money.
Yeah.
Oh. Dude, and it would have been great. I think it would have been a better story, personally, bro. Just bring back Short. It was so cool.
Have him have his sidekick, and we're gonna have this new shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That'd have been great. That'd have been great. But yeah, overall, though, man, I enjoyed it. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the rating or the ranking now. Unless do you have anything else you want to say about it?
Dun, 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 dun. No, I don't.
Yeah, speaking of that, the score was beautiful, by the way.
Score is beautiful as always.
John Williams, baby.
Yeah, no, I think it ended very, very nice. I think it was a very happy ending.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go ahead and let's do our rating for it, man. I'll go first. I think you did it last time, right? Or did I do it last time? Oh my God. I guess I'll go first.
You're asking the wrong guy.
Oh no, I think you went first because remember we had like two very different for Asteroid City. You were a little higher than me. I was kind of low.
Oh, yeah.
And so you go first then, because I went first last time.
I am going to give this movie a 7.9.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
There you go. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know. I still don't even know. Because
I don't know what I was going to do.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'd rate the other Indiana Jones
I don't
movies.
either. And
so
that's where I was
weird.
trying to base it. Yeah. And I almost was going to be in the 80s. And I was like, this movie, if I'm looking at all of them, it's a 7.9. 7.9.
Yeah.
I'm a big 2-number guy because it can fluctuate on the day. 79, 80.
Yeah, I feel that. I think I'm gonna stick at a solid 7. I'll go like a 7.6. I like it. It's just that middle part is just so rough for me. It's just all character development. And don't get me wrong, I should listen. I'll go back. I'll rewatch this movie. I'll go through all the movies again, binge them. And my opinion might change a little bit, but I'm gonna go 7.6. I think there's a lot of good moments, but there's also a lot of moments where I'm sitting there like 7.6, baby. All right, let's go. Before we're actually in this video, I'm talking about the box office real quick for everybody watching the review. So Dial of Destiny, man, dude, the 8th biggest budget of all time for a movie, which is just crazy to me.
What?
Yeah, it was at $294.7 million. For their budget, which is wild, dude. That's a big budget. Maybe for that last final sequence.
No, dude, it was the entire beginning.
Oh, you're right, dude. The face CGI. That's what it is, man.
In years.
Yeah, bro, and they couldn't do the voice changer because that would have brought up to 300 million. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they had to sit under.
That's why they settled.
That's what I'm saying, man. But yeah, no. So that's a huge budget. Eighth of all time is crazy to me. Domestically, because this is opening weekend, made 82 million. Worldwide, 152 million. So they should cross that easily. They had a lot of marketing for it, so I'm assuming if they reach about 350 million, they should be okay. I did not expect that budget to be that much, though. It's crazy that they even put that much money into it because the Indiana Jones movies, they've made a good amount of money, but not anything crazy. So that's that's a wild, especially Kingdom after the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I was like, that's a little ballsy, man. It's a little crazy.
Like, this is a good story, dude.
Yeah, hey, they went crazy with it, man. But yeah, so there you go. So that's the box office for that. Everybody watching the review on YouTube, I love y'all, man. Give this video a like.
We love you. We appreciate you.
Subscribe if you want more stuff like this. Comment down below
here first
what you think about the movie, baby.
Yeah, and let us know. Let us know what your ranking is of the film.
Do it, baby. Yes, sir. Love y'all.
Love you.
The potty. Everybody listen. I love y'all, man. See, everybody that listens.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Everybody that listens, bro. Y'all are so iconic, man. I love every single one of y'all.
Dude, if you're listening to this, everyone on YouTube stinks.
Whoa. No,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, man. No, bro, it's crazy. Our movie reviews get more views than like our main episodes, man. People hop on that, man.
Okay.
People hop on that, man.
Like
but yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. We do love y'all, man. Acting news. Brayden, go ahead and do the intro for us.
Actor news.
Wes Anderson's next film will be espionage, I'm assuming like spy story, featuring Benicio del Toro in every single shot.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. It's a spy thriller, I guess, and he's gonna be in every single shot. I don't think I've ever seen a movie like that. I don't know if it's gonna be good. I mean, I love Wes Anderson, but story. Hey, if he could do a good story, I think now's the time with this spy story. We'll see. But every single shot is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
That pacing is gonna be weird. Wild. Yeah, that pacing is gonna be strange. Saw 10. I know Brayden's a little more excited about this one than me.
I actually am very excited about this. Well, because I really like Chris Rock.
Oh wait, it's not a continuation of that, right? They're going back to the OG.
Yeah, no, we're going back to the OG because nobody knows what the fuck that was.
You didn't like Spiral? I remember last time we talked about it, I don't think you watched it, right?
Well, I'm at the same point. I've only seen clips. I'm not really interested.
Okay.
The deaths seem cool and the traps seem really cool. But bro sitting at they have like the world's cheesiest jump scare in that movie. When he's sitting in his car and he's like this, and I know where it's and it's like the fucking Saw music, and it's like, what the hell is that, bro?
Yeah.
He didn't have a bad story. It wasn't a bad story.
The whole plot twist at the end was pretty well done. And people said, it's too predictable. I don't think so. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not good at predicting things in movies, and every plot twist in every movie usually gets me. But yeah, I think because I just wasn't expecting it. It was very different from Saw. I think that's what kind of threw me off. But yeah, I actually enjoyed the film. It's not my favorite Saw movie or even close to the top. I haven't even seen all of them yet, though. But
it's definitely not the worst.
But no, it's definitely not the worst. I think it's a pretty well made one with it. I love Saw 3, bro.
Saw 3 so
good. Saw 3. I gotta actually been meaning to go back and watch those movies, but yeah, no, I had a good time with it. I watched it when we were filming season 2 of Sweet Magnolias, and I remember that's like the first one I saw when I was up there, and I actually really enjoyed it, and I hated that the critics were. What's crazy though? I remember in that movie theater, because it's not the movie theater I would usually go to, is the one that was up there, and bro, the screen went black for like the first 5 minutes of the movie. Sound was off and everything. So weird. I've no. It wasn't for the entire theater; it was only for our room. So I was kind of pissed about that, and they didn't re-show it. So to this day, I haven't seen the first 3 minutes of the movie. I just saw right when it popped up, the first guy just dies, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. But yeah, no, what's his name? Toby. I don't know if he's gonna isn't he dead? He died 4 times in this franchise, right? The main guy, actual Jigsaw. What's up? Your mic's broken? No, so it's Jigsaw. Tobin Bell.
Oh man.
All right, let's try it a third time. Here we go. All right, we'll keep the laughs in. We'll go with this take no matter what. 3, 2.
Let's go.
No, so it's Jigsaw, played by Tobin Bell. I kept saying Toby. It's Tobin Bell. Yeah, no, he die like 3 times in this, and they bring him back to do like prequels and stuff. It's so stupid.
See, that's what's kind of like with Tobin. It's kind of annoying that they're making one because he has died quite a few times.
That's what I'm saying.
But he's like actually died, and they like cemented that he died. That's why in like Dead by Daylight's the girl. You know what I mean? That's in the pig.
Bro, we gotta play Dead by Daylight, man.
No, we gotta play it.
Oh, they said nope. I thought my boy said nope.
Yeah, we gotta play.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, she ends up taking over. Pretty much.
Is that what? Oh, what movie was that?
We're on 10 now. Damn, I don't know.
Was that the?
Maybe it was like
because there was Jigsaw in 2017. Is that the one? I don't know. I've only seen like the first like 5. It's just too many movies.
Those just went. I don't know.
I don't know, Mike.
I don't know. I might.
But yeah, I'm gonna see it in theater for sure. We'll see what comes out of it, Mike. A new Elijah Wood project named Bookworm is in the works.
Actually, looked kind of cool.
Yeah, I do. Elijah Wood, bro.
I only looked at the pictures, but
bro, like that dude's giving short actors hope, man. He's like 5'3". It's my boy. Bro, this one's crazy. Among Us TV show in the works with CBS, which is wild, dude.
Yeah, how is that gonna work?
So it's gonna be like a murder mystery, but that's what I'm saying. There's already been like 50 million murder mystery movies. Why do we? Are they gonna be like little blobs? I'm assuming walking around, or is it gonna be like Guardians of the Galaxy where they're in the different colored suits?
It doesn't sound right.
An animated movie would be cool, dude. Imagine cool animation, but like rated R animation. You know what I mean? Like you actually the heads get cut off and stuff. That'd be cool. That'd actually be really dope.
Like Happy True Friends.
Yeah, exactly. Like a really like gutsy animated movie, but we're not gonna do that. I think it's live action.
Really?
Is it?
I don't know. That would make it worse.
That's what I'm saying. I think it might be live action. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's CBS though. CBS has a lot of animated. I don't know. We'll see. The new Superman / Clark Kent and Lois Lane were announced, man. Brayden made this prediction. It was 100% right. David Cornsweet. Yeah, I think I said his name right. And Rachel, I'm going to butcher her last name too. Brosnan. Yeah, they're going to be in, there you go. Superman Legacy, which comes out July 11, 2025. The fact that we're getting hype about a movie that comes out in 2 years is just crazy to me.
Insane.
But I'm really excited about this.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
Dude, you know what? And number 1, love the casting. Do you agree?
Absolutely. I thought he was the only one that, like, we agreed. The one guy that got replaced, he looked too good looking. Like, you know what I mean? Not like
a vampire almost. Yeah.
Yeah, Then you have Nicholas Hoult next. And then you've got the other guy that didn't make it. He was probably the second choice.
Yeah.
If the guy that they replaced the Francisco guy with, or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
He was probably the second choice. That's why they probably liked him. They probably like looked good. But then this guy just was like, he literally looks like Henry Cavill's like 14-year-old self, or like 18-year-old, 20-year-old self.
And he's young, so he can play for a while, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about. And bro, did you know what like the movie's about?
Nope.
So I don't really know DC as well as I know Marvel. But or at least I don't know Superman as well. Like I was a fan of DC growing up, but like Superman was never. He's kind of like everybody likes Superman, so it's like I hate Superman. You know what I mean? Something like that. He was so overhyped.
That was like Batman movie.
Right? Yeah. Oh really? Where is she? Where is she?
Where is she, honey?
Yeah. So like it's like this. What is it? I forgot the name of the group. It's like the group of like the like anti-hero villains. in the DC universe. I forgot what the name of him is, but anyway, so basically it's called Superman Legacy. Dude, and this guy broke it all down. I'm so hyped now. People are like, why is it called Legacy? This guy's a brand new Superman. And what it is he's trying to cement his legacy in this world that already has superheroes in it. But every superhero that's in this world, counting that little group of like the 6 anti-heroes, it's almost like the boys, but like they know they're kind of bad people. So it's like they're like anti-heroes, and the government doesn't really like them. The people don't like them. Like they're just total jerks. You know what I mean? They're very power hungry. So what it is Superman's like the first superhero that's like everybody loves. You know what I mean? Like and which just makes me so hyped because that's what Superman is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Superman is. So I'm saying the lovable hero that everybody loves. You know what I mean? The really gentle guy that that all ages can just fall in love with as that superhero. And so when he broke that down like that, bro, I was like, give me it, baby. And James Gunn too, dude. Oh my God, stop playing.
It's gonna be so good, dude. It's gonna be so good.
I'm so hyped now, man. After that breakdown, I was like, oh yes, baby. Give it to me.
Oh my God, please.
Evan Peters and Jared Leto in the new Tron Eras. I've never seen a Tron movie before, have you?
Nope.
Okay. There you go. I know they have the Tron right at Disney, so it is Disney. I know they've been doing those movies for a while now, but it's been like 10 years, I think.
I know they're like, it's a big legacy. I just was never tickled my pickle.
Yeah, same here, Mike. Alan Arkin passed away at 89, which was so sad.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude, he was so funny. Bro, nobody could roast anybody like that, man. When he would go off on his little tangents in his movies, he was so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Hilarious. So, yeah, R.I.P. to him. The first movie I saw him in was it Miss Little Sunshine or whatever? Which he was so funny and did. So, yeah, R.I.P. to him. He was such a funny and underrated comedian, just comedic actor overall. That's going to be it for the acting news. Now we have the box office stuff, which I usually go first, but I kind of missed that. My bad.
My bad, no.
So we got to set Dial of Destiny. Asteroid City, which we reviewed last week, has a budget of $25 million. Opening weekend made $853,000. And domestically now 18.1 with a worldwide of $29.4 million. Did not make a lot, especially with that cast. The fact that they made that movie for so cheap is wild to me.
Yeah.
But also you think about a lot of, not a lot happened in it. Not a lot of like CGI except for that like stop motion alien that we saw. But they didn't put a lot of time in. They didn't try to make that realistic. So I get it. But there's a lot of big actors though. It is kind of wild to me.
They barely even crossed a few mil right there.
And that's like the money that they have now. So no telling what they're gonna. I don't know. We'll see what happens because marketing wasn't too crazy for it, but they definitely want to make a little bit more than what was that $4 million over their budget. So you definitely want to make, so you want to make a little bit more than that. So we'll see, man. That is a little scary. Boogeyman. So remember when I said that there was like the budget was like between like 15 million and 35 million? It was like something weird like that. It finally came out. Their budget was 18 million. So they're Gucci, bro. The opening weekend they made $12.3 million domestically. Domestically now that they made 41.5 million. Worldwide 62.3 million. So they're doing pretty good.
Tripled their money.
Yeah, they made some bank, baby. Made some bank.
Bang.
So yeah, big props to them, man.
That bank, baby.
It was fun. It was a fun film. Looking back on it, I enjoyed it.
I really did like that movie.
Yeah, I know. Now that I think about it, bro, stop playing, man. It was
Stop playing, man.
And that's gonna be it for the box office.
Oh my God, is that it for actors news?
This is
actors news. That's it.
That's it. Indiana Jones ranking, baby. We're gonna be ranking the franchise. Let's get it. So first I want to talk about like our experience with the Indiana Jones movies, like just so you guys can see like where we're kind of coming from, you know what I mean, kind of how that will affect our opinions and ranking. I'll go first. Growing up, I've only seen the first 2 movies growing up, and I never really rewatched them too much. I wasn't like the biggest fan of them. And that was, of course, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom. So those were the 2 movies I grew up watching. I never saw The Last Crusade or The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull until, like, literally this week. So that's kind of my experience with it. Just want to let you guys know. So those 2 movies are super, super nostalgic for me personally. And also, like Brayden, I played the Lego game all the time.
Dude, yeah, no, I'll stand by it. That's the best. Lego Indiana Jones is the best Lego game I've ever played in my entire life.
More
dude.
than that one Star Wars one, bro. I don't know, man. That's a bold statement, man.
It's a bold statement, dude. That one Star Wars one was real good. I know
you know
exactly
what I'm talking about. With like the guys like
you're...
playing the music in the little lobby and stuff. You know what I'm talking. Yeah,
yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking
classic,
about.
Man.
Dude, but I don't know. I think that game, that's just me.
It was good,
dude. I watched, dude. Oh my God, dude. I knew so many secrets. When I found the Star Wars characters in Indiana Jones, like, it makes so much sense that they're all like George Lucas now. But as a kid, I was like,
yeah.
But, dude, no, I watched all 4 movies as a kid, which is weird because I like thinking about it. I'd never done that with a single other series besides Star Wars. George Lucas has got me, bro. George Lucas has got me, bro.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love these movies. I haven't watched them in a solid fucking like 5-10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe not 10 years. Pull it back. Maybe like 5 years. But no, I watched some breakdowns, some recaps a few times, different videos, just because like some of the stuff I remembered more, and like some of them I didn't remember as well. You know what I mean? Like when I was talking to you about that one movie, and I was like, why is this not as memorable? But I know I know what's in it, and I like this movie.
Right. I get it. I get that. Yeah, man. Well, let's go ahead and start out. I think we have the same last place.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not even questionable.
No questionable. The Alien. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. This movie,
dude, actually, I'm not gonna cap. That's my 4th. I'm not even a cap. I thought it was.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God. Bro. Oh, we just screwed that up. Oh, okay. Well, let me go ahead and start talking. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, man. This is actually not a bad movie. People say it's a bad movie. I don't think so. I actually still enjoyed it.
I don't think any of them are.
Yeah,
I feel like Indiana Jones is successful in that sense. Like none of these movies are bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel you. But yeah, I think maybe I should have switched with my 4th.
Hey, man.
And you know exactly which one I'm talking about, too. That's what's bad.
Hey, man. I didn't know. I was like, maybe we're on the same page here.
But But the 4th has a better story, though. A better made story. All right, whatever. I'm just going to stick with this. They're interchangeable, guys. These 2 movies I just don't really care too much about. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I really enjoyed it. I love the introduction of Mutt Williams, which is, Indiana Jones' kid and Marion's kid. Really enjoyed that. Thought that was really well done. What other pros I have about that movie? I thought it's Steven Spielberg, obviously, really well-directed film. I think it had a really fun opening. I think the whole alien thing was very intriguing, but it was just so out there at the end. It did not feel like an Indiana Jones movie at the end. I didn't know what was happening. It was just so, I felt like I was almost watching Star Trek. I don't know what was going on. So very weird there for sure. But overall, it definitely had some good moments here and there. And having Marion back, I thought was really, really cool. And she did a great job. And I love the dynamic between them. I love the characters in this. I thought there were some really good characters in it. I thought Cate Blanchett did a really good job as the villain. Not one of my favorites, but she still did a really good job with it and was, pretty exciting. I thought the way that the mystery unraveled was really well done in this movie. I wasn't a fan of the alien stuff, but how it kind of unraveled itself and the adventure they went on, I thought was super interesting. But we'll talk about the negatives real quick, and then we'll let Brayden talk about his last place. So cringy. This movie almost feels like kind of like a lot of these nostalgic movies today. And somehow Dial of Destiny did it better than this. But it was, a lot of like the callbacks and the one-liners that were like the nods to the earlier movies were so cringy and felt forced and felt like it was just a bunch of what's what I'm looking for? I don't know, just a bunch of fan service that we just really didn't need, and they just threw it in there to throw it in there. So that was super annoying. Like I said, alien thing was too much. But overall, just those are just my main cons with it. Also so unrealistic. I like the nuclear family thing. I thought that was cool. But when he gets in the freaking refrigerator and gets blasted 500 feet in the air and then lands in our refrigerator, opens the door and gets out at 60 years old, I can't wrap my brain around that. I don't know. It made zero sense to me. But whatever. You know what? Hey, it is what it is. And how this guy's 60 years old, jumping on these little ledges and climbing up stuff and doing jumping jacks and backflips. I don't get it. Don't understand it. But it's a fun Indiana Jones movie, I guess, overall. But that's why it's at number 5 for me. Just so out there, so weird, so unrealistic. And when it comes to these movies, I like at least a little bit, just a little sprinkle of realism. You know what I mean?
So my number 5 is this newest film, The Dial of Destiny. I think this is a good movie. I definitely think it's a good movie. But if we're gonna talk about unrealistic, you know what I mean? Bro goes back to Roman era. You know what I mean? It is far fetched. I think something, at least with me, with the aliens, because you just had brought that up. It at least feels still like they were like earthbound almost, even though he never left Earth with this. Like, they traveled to a different time, and it's a cool thing. But it definitely threw me off. Like, it goes to the points of why these two are at the bottom. You know what I mean? Because, it's kind of obvious. We said they're both interchangeable. They both just take the element away of, like, he's an archaeologist. That's all he is. You know what I mean? Like, this is not end of the planet of the Earth. Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? The reason I think this one is at the bottom, though, is not because I think it has the worst story. I actually think this has probably like the third best story, in my opinion. But I think the goddaughter ruined a lot of this film for me. I think the second act was just too tough to get through. Like, it just like the third act wasn't redeemable enough for the second one. You know what I mean? And I feel at least like in the fourth one, they had at least more of a stacked cast. That it made it not redeemable, but these movies are very similar. You know what I mean? And then when you compare it to something like the first movie, like that original, seeing Indiana Jones for the first time and just in his first battle and running away from the Indians, and like, not Indians, but you get my point. Like the people in the trees, and like running away from boulders, or running away in India on like camels and stuff. Like, there's just this element that, just like you said, felt missing. Maybe it wasn't a Steven Spielberg movie. Maybe that was why. But not that this film is bad. It just almost felt like it didn't pick up where it left off, type thing. You know what I mean? So I just think that, like I said, by no means do I think this movie's bad. I just think that the other ones are better. That's really it. I don't even have like a bad thing to say about the movie.
No, I get it. Yeah, I think we already dove deep into that literally 20-30 minutes ago.
Yeah, there you go.
Not really much to say about it, but yeah, no, I totally get it. And that's actually my number 4 is Dial of Destiny. And like you said, these movies are just so similar.
That's kind of what I was talking about. Like that, I was like, we both have them at the two that are like, right, they bottom. Can go back and forth. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
top 3 is when it's gonna get messy.
Yeah, I didn't want to sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Like Logan was telling me earlier, he was like, I almost don't even include these. Like the main 3 is my 3, and I was like, that's valid as fuck. You know what I mean? It's very valid. The fourth one is very much how I feel about this one. You know what I mean? I'll let you finish because I'll go and I'm getting into the fourth one anyways.
Well, no, and I totally understand why they go so crazy with these other 2 movies, is because you got to outdo what you did in the past, and I totally get that. And with the Holy Grail in the third one, that's the Holy Grail. How you gonna top that? Aliens, bro. Let's throw some time travel in there too. You know what I mean? It's like I get it, bro, and they did it. They went for it, and I appreciate the guts to do it. And I like that a lot. And I like that they didn't just kind of like sprinkle it in and just kind of like sit back and try to be realistic. When they went for it, they went for it. I have a lot of respect for that.
They didn't overdo it.
Right. 100%.
Yeah, they could have, because I was even just, sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, you're good.
I was just thinking about it in my head, like them shooting like 20 different, like they're in Roman, and then they end up seeing pirates below, and then they're like in Greece. But then it's just like, that is a lot. That's a lot to do. I was like, they did the good thing.
Yeah, no,
they did the right thing.
They definitely did the right thing. I think they did it in the right way. It just personally, like I said, when it comes to the realism effect there, you lose me. You know what I mean. You totally lose me. I'm just not as engaged with the film, as before. But when it comes to Dial of Destiny, no, we just talked about it. Why it's above Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Like I said, it's just a little bit less cringy. That middle part is what was really making me say maybe I should flip them, just because like at least Kingdom of the Crystal Skull,
that
like
that's what really puts our rankings low. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like that this middle act was just kind of like, oof.
Yeah, because you focus on the girl, man. It's like if it was a little
do
bit
that in the
more
last
consistent,
movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Like the Halloween thing.
Yeah, and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull did it better. That's what I was saying. I was like, man, they did it better. Like they were more consistent throughout the film with what it was, but Dial of Destiny has a better story. So it's like,
I agree with that.
But I think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull might be a better Indiana Jones movie. I don't know. It's hard for me to kind of they're at the bottom. Just throw those two movies out. The OG 3, the trilogy is what I think is what's really matters here. But that's why it's 4 and 5. They're really interchangeable for me. The reason that Dial of Destiny is above Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, though, it's a little bit less cringy and a better made film overall, I think. So
I agree. I only put 4. I'm paying a lot back to nostalgia on this one, but like I was telling you, like the scenes from 4 are like more nostalgic for me than the third film, which is crazy. But just like seeing them getting eaten alive by the ants, or seeing what happens when they put like the alien skulls on, or seeing like Indiana Jones again for the first time, seeing him and Mutt in the caves together, like there was just something super like really cool about that to me, and what it was at the time was it almost was like, holy shit, we're going to get an Indiana Jones reboot. They're finally going to pass the torch. Oh my God, finally. You know what I mean? But like, you never like, not that you didn't want to see Indiana Jones leave or anything, but he's old, Yeah. But I think where I do agree with you is the plot of Dial of Destiny is 1,000% better. Like 1,000% better. What's going on? What is happening?
I really want to switch them now. You're like, I don't know, bro. You're right. Like I personally enjoyed the Crystal Skull way more than Dial of Destiny. So maybe that's why I should flip them.
Dude, I thought you were gonna say something to me, and you're gonna be like, no. You fucking. I was gonna be like, no.
I'm flipping them. Dial of Destiny at the bottom, Kingdom Crystal Skull at 4. Yeah, you're right. It's more fun. It's entertaining.
And it's like, and maybe it goes back to the whole. It's a Spielberg movie. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Like even from the moment like we're and maybe it goes back to the whole idea I have that it's in Indiana. It feels Indiana Jones. The moment he gets off the plane, even though Cate Blanchett's a bad guy, like. You never feel like she's got the edge over him, even though it's just him. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
I love that sequence. It's so good. And when you see the shadow of him putting the hat on and stuff, it just gets you hyped. There wasn't really a moment like that in this one. Or it might have been. I don't know. But it wasn't as effective, at least.
Yeah. And I give you the benefit. They get super unrealistic. Because even like he's like, are they aliens? Interdimensional time travelers. It's like.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Like you could have done something pretty cool.
Yeah.
Had it been like a secret society or something, you know what I mean, from the past. Or maybe even it's aliens. Maybe they're not there and they just left like their mark or something. Right.
Very weird.
Yeah.
I thought E.T. was gonna show up, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah, right?
I don't know. I see like a bicycle fly. You know what I mean? Yeah. But no, yeah, I just overall Yeah, they're very interchangeable. Maybe I should have stuck with what I had. I don't know.
Dial, I think's got the plot better, but I think like even you pointed it out, like I just think they do the dynamic of the duo so much better in this movie than they do in Dial.
Also,
that's what keeps me higher up. You know what I mean?
The big card, the whole like, it's more like maybe like the pretty much second act, the big climax. That 20-minute car chase sequence through the woods, through the forest that they do.
Yes,
really well done. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's super fun. It might go on for maybe like 5 minutes too long. I'm not gonna lie. It's literally a 20-minute. It goes on and on and on, doesn't end. But maybe take a couple minutes off of it. Does get a little long. But that whole sequence is really well done, and I think I'm happy with putting Dial of Destiny at 5 and then Crystal Skull at 4. I think, and maybe that's nostalgia. But I don't have nostalgia. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm paying fan service. Like that movie, like dude, when I was watching the recaps and stuff, when I was watching the different videos and seeing all like each video would show me a new clip, and I was like, dude, I love that movie, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I do like that movie a lot.
And maybe my opinion is gonna change, but like I said, I don't have any nostalgia factored in with this. Now that I think about it, I just watched these movies. These past three movies I watched for the first time, so there's no nostalgia in here. I feel like it felt more like an Indiana Jones movie, and I think that's Spielberg. I really do. Love James Mangold, but I think it's Spielberg. He has a charm, you know.
You did say there was like an element missing, and that's kind of just what I felt. That was
Yeah.
my big point at the end of it. You know what I mean? It's just like there's this over looming. I don't know. Just didn't feel like totally indie.
Yep.
Totally
I agree,
indie,
man.
bro.
All right. So there's our 4 and 5. So same 4 and 5 now after you made me change it. Top three. Whoa. Wait. Top 3 is where it's really gonna get switched up. We definitely do not have the same top 3. For sure. I'm gonna make a lot of people mad.
We have any of the same in top 3?
Yes, I think we have number 3 the same. But I'm just gonna. Wait. Do you say 3 first, or is it me?
You would say it first.
Okay. We're gonna have same top 3, or we're gonna have same number 3. Raiders of the Lost Ark is number 3 for me. Okay, you definitely don't have that at 3. I'm gonna make a lot.
No, dude, I'm not even gonna lie. Which one is that?
That's the first movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's not what number 3.
Okay. I know. I already know you probably have it 3. I respect it, but this movie, like I said, I grew up watching the first 2. I watched the first 2 like maybe 2 or 3 times when I was young. Not too much. I watched probably this one or twice over Temple of Doom. It is very nostalgic, very iconic. One of the most iconic and nostalgic induced movies of all time. People call it the best action adventure movie of all time. I respect that. I notice it. But these other 2 movies just feel a lot more fun and a lot more exciting and a lot more darker at some points. And maybe I'm just messed up in the head, but I like that. And I feel like that's kind of what these other 2 movies did a little bit better than this movie. And don't get me wrong, these 3 movies, top 3, are incredible films. We're getting into amazing territory here. Like, I don't know how about Brayden, but I definitely am. So,
it's amazing territory.
100%. So I absolutely love this film. It's just the other 2, like I said, are a little bit more exciting, a little bit more engaging, and just so many good moments in this film. And we'll talk about it when Brayden gets to it too. I believe some for him, but just it's so iconic. The love interest of Marion is so well done. The plot twists are really, really well done. When the truck blows up and you think that she's in it, I was like, oh my god, you know what I mean? I remember watching it as a kid and being like, oh dude, she's dead. And then she shows up. I'm like, oh wow. I
love how the homies just kept the mission going though. They were like, he mourned for a second and then he was like, all right, let's keep going.
He had like 2 drinks. He had 2 drinks with the monkey on his shoulder and he just kept going. Yeah. So funny. But yeah, no, I thought overall that it's just, there's not anything bad to say about it. It's the other 2 do it a little bit better. And what's weird is these other 2 actually have more cons than the Raiders of the Lost Ark, but they have just a little bit more. They're a little more exciting for me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's why I have it at 3. Phenomenal film, great moments. Just these other 2 are just a little bit better.
I respect that. I think you know my number 3.
I already know your number 3. Yeah.
My number 3 is 3. In fact, it is 3. This movie for me is like so weird because I was texting Logan. It's like, I remember like there's one thing memorable, and that's the chalice at the end. And it just reminds me of Regular Show because they referenced it, in the Excellent Challenge episode. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm watching it, and what I really remembered is the whole relationship between him and his father. And I love that. I think that is this was one of the best ways to incorporate a co-op person and not take away from Indiana Jones. Like adding his dad almost felt like we gave more life to Indy. You know what I mean? We got more background of him. We got to see who raised him and why he is the way he is today. Yeah, man. It all goes back to like I like this movie. I think at points it's a little slow. You know what I mean? Not slow, but like when you look at the other 2, like I feel like they have that more of the explorer vibe. That sounds stupid, but like, do you get what I'm saying with that? You know,
it's more adventurous and indie. Yeah.
The more adventurous.
Yes.
That's a perfect way to say it.
Yeah.
The other two feel a lot more adventurous than this one. And it almost just finds you like, I think it has the highest stakes so far out of the films, for sure. Because I think they even dropped it with 2. Like, with it being a prequel, I think they almost lessened the stakes because this is what's immediately after the first film. You know what I mean? So this is the highest stakes, and I felt like the importance at the end, like we got to see like Indiana almost feed into that greed when you watch the other two, and I love that the plot twist with the Nazis, bro, like being the dude's henchmen, bro, not henchmen, but like side pieces.
I love it.
Yeah, bro, you don't even freaking realize it until it's all down. It's all downhill from here, and you're like, oh my god,
so well done,
so well done. I think what I'll give it. Oh no, I'm saving this for my number one. It has probably the second best third act of the dude. Yeah. I don't know. It's a very good third act.
It's a very good third act.
Yes. It's a solid movie. It's just I have more memorable moments in the other two for me personally.
I get it. Yeah, when a movie, even if you enjoy a movie and it's not memorable, it can't rank it high. Because there's nothing to remember about it.
Yeah, no. I mean, like I said, I really liked the whole plot twist.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I like the Nazis, but they kind of bring the Nazis in everyone. This is
the one that the Nazis. Oh my god! Oh my god!
No, this is the one where they go on the big balloon that I was telling you about.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Like, dude, one of my favorite Indiana Jones moments. Like that whole sequence. Because, dude, I'm not gonna cap with you. I sat there the whole time, like, bro, if anyone pulls out a gun, like, how? Where's the plane? This thing is exploding. Someone. The whole thing. Everyone is imploding. Like, I won't say it, but everyone's imploding.
Bro, when I watched I watched this one for the first time, this week. And when I watched that one, that's that same one that blew up in real life. Remember?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, is this we're about to go down, baby? What's about to happen? And it didn't happen. I don't know if it was the same year or not. I don't know when it actually went down, but I'm assuming it was around that same time.
I think that they were trying to like make it seem like Indiana Jones was the one who did it.
Right. I think so.
That's when it really did go down, and like the hidden reason is Indiana Jones.
Actually. I'm gonna look that up. Continue. I'm gonna see.
Yeah, no, I can only like they do that in movies a lot. You know what I mean? Where they're like, oh, this guy invented this, da da da, but it wasn't actually the guy. Like. I think it just imploded from the inside. Like there's a technical issue, but they probably wanted to make it seem like Indiana Jones was the cause of it for the hype of the movie, for the sake of the film.
1937. Oh my god. Oh no, sorry. This movie took place in 1939, didn't it?
Yeah.
Or 19. Yeah. So that wasn't the same year. I think. Yeah. Dang. I thought I had a good connection there, and I just didn't have it. Yeah, so did you say everything you want to say about that one?
Yes, I did.
Bet that. Number 2 for me. I don't know if you're gonna. Do you think you know it?
I don't. I think I might.
Yeah,
but I don't.
Yeah, number 2 for me is the Temple of Doom.
Dude, now, I had a feeling, dude.
Listen, it's so. I don't know. I want this movie to be my number 1. I think like when it comes to the like grittiness of the movie. And because it involves like child slaves and stuff, and when it comes to the
it's very racist.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. And just the story, the setting, the setting in Asia, like you said, bro. I'm a sucker for that, bro. Like I love the Asian.
Dude.
I love the. Come on, man. Bro.
Come on, man.
Just like the Asian culture overall, I love. I think it's just such a beautiful culture. And so kind of like being there with that and then like in India and stuff, it's so cool. But that opening sequence in Asia is just so well done. And then of course you go down to India, for all the stuff going down in that temple. And it's so good. I love this movie. And I have a big,
I like the flyboy scene at the beginning where Buddy looks tough, dude, in that white tuxedo, bro.
That's tough. This is, now with Dial of Destiny, I don't know. And this is what I was talking about earlier. This was my favorite opening going into Dial of Destiny, but the Dial of Destiny opening's so good. And it's so long. It's like 20 minutes of just young Harrison Ford going crazy.
Good opening.
So I don't know, but I do like the Temple of Doom opening, dude. It's so well done. I loved like the whole fighting sequences. You know, his buddy getting shot, everything going down. Just the funny little transaction with the little thing that they put on the thing and spin it around, like just little things like that was super cool. When like that big rolling thing starts rolling and gets behind it for cover to move positions, like it's a really good action sequence. And for the opening, I really enjoyed it. And after watching Raiders of the Lost Ark again and being like, okay, you know, I this movie's not as great as I remember it, because growing up, Raiders of the Lost Ark was my favorite. I was like, all right, we'll see how Temple of Doom is, and I just fell in love with it. And short round, dude, amazing. Ki Kwan is so funny in this movie, and it doesn't
like
seem
surprises
forced.
me he didn't have any jump and like in work after that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, like you said, just
I get the
Asian
time frame.
actors, yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't really have the best luck back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree though. He's hilarious, man, which is why you bring him back for Dial of Destiny. Anyway, sorry.
And it sucks because I even liked the girl, but like they screwed it with the whole prequel thing. It just wouldn't have made sense.
You like okay? Let me talk. No, that's my biggest con. I cannot stand the girl in this movie. I really can't. Her screaming every 5 seconds,
dude. Oh my god,
so annoying.
That was her move in Lego. Bro, in Lego Indiana Jones, that was her move. You're so right. She would shatter shit with her voice.
Oh my god, yes, I remember playing that. Bro,
oh my god.
Dog, it is just like, I understand it, I get it, but every 5 seconds of her going, has got to be the most annoying. Dude, this is like top 5 most annoying characters in any movie of all time for me.
Indiana Jones looks like he wants to kill himself.
In the entire film. I can't do it. It's so intolerable, bro. I'm being dead serious. That's what almost put this movie at 3.
She was the perfect, bro. Okay, you know what's funny? Because I liked her character in the sense of like it made sense that she was the side piece because like it's of like the prequel. You know what I mean?
100%.
But I totally get what you're saying. It's obnoxious.
Brayden,
it is so
go back
obnoxious.
and rewatch that movie fully again. Just
I'm going
do it.
to rewatch it.
Dude, you're not going to get 20
the
minutes
screaming thing. Dude, no, as soon as you said the screaming thing, it all hit me, bro. Dude, like I just got a wave of memories that I didn't even know I had, dude.
And maybe like I remember her doing that when I was younger. I thought it was funny. You know what I mean? You're a kid. I was like 6, 7. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's funny. You know what I mean? And like you said, the game and stuff. But when you go back and rewatch it when you're older and you want good story and you just hear her, and I might be overhyping it. So when you watch it, probably like, oh, it's not bad. But I'm just saying, bro, it is like genuinely every 5 seconds, and I cannot stand her, bro. I'm so glad it was a prequel, and because I didn't know it was a prequel when I was younger. I was like, what happened to Marion? You know what I mean? I was like, what happened here? So, you know, I when I went back and rewatched, I was like, oh, this took place a year before, and I'm so glad because she's just so bad. It's terrible. But another thing that I really enjoyed about it was the whole bridge sequence, which is so iconic. You know what I mean?
Sequence. I'm so glad you brought it up.
And, like,
I was going
like,
to be
like the one sleeve gets ripped off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
dude.
really
That's
iconic.
it. That's the skin I got in Fortnite, bro. Most iconic.
Oh, actually,
skin, bro. Yeah, dude.
It's dope, dude. It's a really good one, and that was always my favorite scene. When I was a kid. My favorite sequence, and it just to this day is one of my favorites. It's so well done with the gators down below, and that whole thing, and yeah, it's just it's really really well done and really really deep. It's a really deep film. Like I said, with the whole child slaves and stuff like that, and there's a lot to it, but it's just it's a beautiful beautiful film, and like I said, I really want it to be number 1, and it almost dropped down to number 3 because of that girl, bro. I cannot stand. I really cannot stand her, bro. But anyway, Temple of Doom is my number 2.
Dude, fair choice.
Yeah.
My number 2 is the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I freaking love this movie. And honestly, I was watching the things today, and I was like, I think it is my number 1. But the depth of my number 1 is something that has been mentioned, obviously, so far. We'll get to it. Raiders of the Lost Ark, man. As crazy as this sounds, because I was just thinking about it, like I almost said, like that had the best, dude. Like I don't know, like it is a battle between this opening and Dial of Destiny for me. It's just because of how iconic it is, and you know maybe that is the cliche thing to say, but dude, I freaking love it. It's literally what got me into Indiana Jones. Like watching him, like I remember playing Lego, trying to jump over like the things and like not being able to make it. And I
Yeah.
was like, dude, come on, jump, motherfucker.
Dude, and then like, yeah, dude, it's so much fun. Yeah, and I remember
It's just
that. And
like
then
you
the
never
ball.
saw that.
Yeah.
Everybody always wanted to like that. What Indiana Jones introduced is the idea of exploration being possible on the largest scale of magnitude. We all love to explore as kids. We all love to go play outside, go in the forest. Dude, this guy was running from boulders and temples and jumping and swinging, and kids didn't know about that. You know what I mean? Archaeologists only really happen unless it was in your family or you got older. Like he's what put. I feel like that and like Jurassic Park inspired the archaeology wave. You know what I mean?
Bro,
The whole
when I was younger, I would like pretend I had a big ball rolling at me, and I'd be going
yeah.
down my
I
yard,
always
bro.
had my Indiana Jones whip.
Yeah.
And like the iconic
Yeah.
scene of him like switching it and it's still the temple, them escaping on like the pontoon plane or whatever it's called, the boat plane. And then, you know, we get the iconics of like, you know, him thinking they find the golden chest, and then bro gets tossed into the freaking pit with all the snakes, and we find out Indiana Jones, the man scared of nothing, is scared of snakes.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn. And then, yo, look who it is. Ah! Bitch, I thought you died in a car. I thought you exploded.
Wild.
Yeah. Where'd you come from, dog?
Yeah.
And I almost said this, so it's gonna go as my second. This is what I definitely think is my second. It's probably the second, third best act for me. Because I think my number one has the best third act in my personal, I think the depth of it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I'll explain some things.
Yeah.
But I think this movie had like the second best third act. Like it's so freaking good, dude. This movie is like a perfect cult classic right there.
Oh yeah.
It's well-rounded. It's the best well-rounded movie out of them all, I think.
Short-rounded?
Short-rounded?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a classic, dude. I think, yeah, the impact it had culturally is just crazy.
Crazy. The soundtrack,
iconic, bro. And I was gonna say something else too. Oh yeah, and then of course
I love
the best
travel.
Lego, huh?
The map travel.
They messed it up in this movie. It was consistent the entire time, and they screwed up. I was pissed. You didn't see, but I was itching a little bit. Well, it got like really close. It was a different angle. And it wasn't like the crusty map. It was like a white map.
The crusty map with the red. Yo, come on now.
That made me mad, bro.
I know what you're saying. It felt a little too new. Too new
I was like, don't do that. Don't do that.
That is not indie.
What's this? Oh yeah, and then the most iconic Lego video game sequence when you have like little snakes, you gotta get around the snakes with like the light. That's iconic,
dude,
bro.
Stop playing
yes, sir.
with me, bro.
I'll pick up a Wii again. Don't test me,
dude. I will too. Do not.
Yeah, man. I'm with you on that. And now the first number one, which you guys obviously, if you would have, got rid of all the other ones.
If you're thinking with your brain.
Yeah, third. The best third act out of any Indiana Jones movie, in my opinion, which is The Last Crusade. The third movie in the franchise. I was not expecting to like this movie.
I almost said it, and I didn't know.
Yeah, I was not expecting to like this movie at all. Like I said, I grew up with the first two Indiana Jones movies, so I watched this movie for the first time this week. I've only seen it one time. I don't see this movie getting any worse. I just see it getting better and better. I love this film and what it did. I think it took the first two movies and just built on it, which was so cool. I think, oh God, where even start? Sean Connery, bro, is incredible. That father-son. Sean Connery, babe. Having that father-son dynamic was really well done in this, and he was hilarious. Like, he had the same humor as Indiana Jones, and I love that so much. He was amazing. I think Indiana's friend in this movie, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he was really good in this one. He was also mentioned in the fourth movie as well. He's the one that dies and he has the statue up. I can't remember his name, dude, but he was really funny in this one. We get the one guy from the first movie coming back, his best friend. And yeah, just overall, bro, I love it, dude. And I think this has the best female protagonist, or I guess you can call her antagonist. I think Elsa, number one, she's just so pretty, dude. I mean, she is so hot.
Do they ever mention what even happens with her?
She dies, remember? She's the one that falls.
Oh, really? Oh, you're talking about her. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
What do you think I was talking about?
Dude, I'm not gonna cap. I thought there was like another film. I'm like, I'm trying
don't
to
think
pick
so.
it up.
No, because remember, because that was the female protagonist for him, and then
we
like,
find
got
out she's a
screwed,
Nazi.
and then she was a Nazi and was screwing his dad. Bro, that was so weird. Remember?
Yeah, and can we talk about because I know what did you feel about Max?
What?
Or is that the fourth? That's the fourth
That's
one.
the fourth
Dude,
one.
I'm getting them all mixed up right now.
Yeah,
Dude,
you're good.
Dude, going back to that, what a cheese ball. That guy's a fucking dickhead.
Who?
The Max dude. I totally forgot about him. I'm sorry we're bringing this up now.
from the fourth movie. Yeah, the one.
There was
the
a double
twist.
agent. Turns out not to be a double agent. He's just a cheesy liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, like 2 plot twists with this character. It was like it was kind of annoying, dude. I didn't know what was going on. But he was with Indiana, and then he was part of the Nazis or whatever, and then it was like there was so many things with this character. It was so annoying. Anyway, but yeah, with Elsa, dude, like I said, I don't know if it was just because she was the hottest out of all of them. I don't know, but I think she had a lot of charm to her character too. You know what I mean? She had that little accent too. Bro, stop playing.
It goes back to the thing. Indy's always trying to save. Like somebody can always fuck him over, and he's always trying to save him for some reason. Like I just don't get it.
No, I 100%. Yeah, but also though she had feelings for him though. Like she was the Nazi or whatever and was helping him out, but then at the end she finally started to kind of come around to Indy and she actually did care for him. And that's the Max thing I never understood, I guess because he worked with him for 4 years, but he still screwed him over like 2 times in that movie. I don't get it. Why you try to help him there at the end with the whip, but when it comes to Elsa though, she was, she started to develop feelings for him, and that's still weird because she was with his dad. I don't know, but overall though, like still, I really like that character, and it sucked to see her die. I would rather see her with him than Marion. I never really liked Marion too much. I like Marion. It's cool because obviously Indy likes Marion, and that's like it's like the it's like soulmates or whatever. But Elsa was my favorite.
She's like the Peggy Carter type thing.
Man. Yeah, it's like it is what it is.
She's just the love interest that was. You have the one that like they always have the girl that like he should have gotten with that's kind of like more just like him, and then you have like the person that was always the love interest that was kind of like the balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
marriage balance.
Yeah, she also was very selfish, and that's why she took the one of the thing at the end. Whatever you call it. What is it? Holy Grail. Sorry. She wanted the Holy Grail at the end. Yeah, she wanted the Holy Grail at the end, and
I thought you were talking about Marion, so I was like,
no, and she wanted that, so she reached down, obviously, because she was selfish and she wanted it, and you could just tell as a person, her morals weren't exactly the best. But I think they had the best chemistry and the best dynamic out of any of the Indiana Jones.
Maybe that's who I was thinking of when I was saying
she's a blonde hair girl.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking. Is she not blonde in Temple?
She's not. That's the other girl.
That's the very beginning.
She's American. The girl in this one is like
is German.
Yeah, dude. She was, like I said, it might just be because she's hot. I don't know, but I really like the chemistry between her and Indy.
That's who I was talking about not the screaming lady. That's who I was talking about. They have good chemistry.
Great.
When I was talking about the girl, and you were like, "Yo, this movie." I think that's who I was talking about.
Yeah. No, they had really good chemistry, and I think it was really well done. I wish he wouldn't have died. I think that it was just a what if, you know what I mean? Of what if she would have just stopped and then would have got with Indy. It would have been great. I think they had the best chemistry out of all of it. I think the adventures in this movie are awesome. Just so cool, dude. With them trying to figure out what was under the library, and once again, it felt like this was the most engaging female protagonist with Indiana Jones. She was trying to solve this mystery as well alongside him. Marion really never did that. She did a little bit, but she was just whatever. The girl from the second movie, I just wanted to get out jump out a window every time I heard her scream. So, you know what I mean? So that was annoying. With her, I felt like she was just so engaging and actually had the same passion for it as Indiana had. I think that's what it is, and that's why I liked her so much. And like I said, his buddy, she wasn't annoying. And his buddy, once again, can't remember the guy's name. It's really making me mad because it's on the tip of my tongue. But he was funny. He was hilarious, and I, and like seeing him go on, like he gives the book to him, and he gives the book to the guy or whatever, and then he sends him off, and there's just a lot of really. Or wait, what am I thinking? Was that the first? That's the third movie, I think. I think so. Yeah, there's a lot of good moments with that, and just overall, I think some of and then like the whole rat scene, and they go under, they lit the thing on fire because they're in like gasoline in the sewers, and they get in the air bubble and stuff, and there's a lot of really, there's a lot of really good moments.
That's one of those memorable scenes I didn't even remember. Holy crap.
And then we're not even talking about the third act. I mean, or the first act. The opening with River Phoenix, I think, is one of the coolest first acts, bro. I think it's so cool. I think it's very Western style, and that's what I'm talking about. I like if you look at these movies,
me young Nathan Drake like vibes.
Yes. If you look at like my ranking, they almost get less Western as you go down. And I guess Temple of Doom and Raiders of the Lost Ark would then be flipped, but like that's kind of how it is. And that's literally what it is. The more Western, the more I like it, because that's what I think of when I think of Indiana Jones. I think of like that hat. I think of the whip. You know what I mean? I think of the revolver. Like I think of that kind of stuff, and I feel like that's what Indiana Jones is. So when you don't have that, it sucks. And when you have a lot of that going on in this film, that's what makes it good. I love the opening sequence in this film with River Phoenix. And then you get into the final act, which I love as well. I think that that big kind of building down there in the little crevice is just so iconic and so well done. And the whole thing takes place in there. I think
the stakes were highest in this film for sure.
Super high. And then when the dad gets shot or whatever, and he's sitting down, and then he like Indiana Jones is trying to figure out how to get through the 3 different traps to get to the night. And like this is a story. I think this is probably the best story for me. Personally, I think the story was just really, really well done. You said he got a little slow sometimes. I see what you're saying, maybe in the middle a little bit.
But that's maybe, that's in the sense of like it was very story driven rather than very story driven. People get chased by boulders.
Right. Which is what I liked,
Caging up little children.
Yeah, right. Making them slaves is terrible. This was definitely just, and this movie's not as dark as some of the others. And I love dark movies. But just the story in this film is just so good. And like I said, the best female protagonist. And after listening to that, that's probably what it is. After listening to that lady scream for 2 hours, before, because I watched these all this week, by the way, getting ready for this movie and binged them all. I was excited to see a female protagonist that was actually tolerable. It was actually a really, really fun. She was one of my favorite characters in this movie. So yeah, I'll stop talking. I've been ranting about this for like 20 minutes, but I love this film so much, dude. It's actually probably maybe top 20 movies for me of all time just for watching it once. Like I really, really enjoyed this film. It's incredible. I really enjoyed it. Wow.
Damn. Wow.
Let's see the number one, baby.
The number one, as you already know, if you didn't know already, is Temple of Doom. I wasn't sure when I was doing, that was my initial pick, and then I went back and I was like, damn, maybe Raiders. Nah, Temple of Doom is it, bro. Logan said it first. Great opening. Great opening. You get to see the stud Harrison in that stud-ass outfit, bro. That was like one of the most iconic openings for me, bro. And then they get into the warehouse and stuff, the short rounder stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. This movie builds off the first in such a good way because it is a prequel, and it's almost like it's a George Lucas homage. Like, of course, he would do the fucking prequel next, like to be weird like that. That's just George Lucas. But oh my God, it almost made you seem. You were almost like, damn, why weren't you that badass in Raiders, Indy? What's going on?
You
know what I mean? Like,
I love it.
Low key. He just was super cool. You know what I mean? We knew he was afraid of snakes, but they really didn't play too much on it in this film.
They didn't overdo it, yeah.
Yeah, no. I think Short Round was a freaking phenomenal side character.
Bro, here's another sequence, because you're probably not going to mention it. The one, I didn't think of it. The one where like they jump out the plane and they go on the boat. Remember?
Oh,
and they go down the river. Such a good scene, bro. Sorry, I let you go. That was awesome. Do you remember that?
Bro, I think so, dude.
Yeah, and they go down the river. Yeah, man. It's like, but it's super unrealistic. They jump out on the inflatable boat out of the plane, remember?
An inflatable boat! Yeah, yes, dude!
Yeah, that's in that film. Oh my God! That's a good one. That's a good sequence.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. Nah, bro, like...
CGI was a little rough, but...
A lot of... Yeah. A lot of it comes, like, from the opening where they get there and they find out about the problem, and then they're like, oh, sir, you were called here the whole time. You are going to save us. And he's like, bro, what the fuck are these people on, man? So I just kind of want the rock. Yeah. Bro, as he goes on the journey, like they unveil the whole slave children stuff. And then, you realize there's a much deeper problem to this. But like I love the stealth around the entire city. I love being on like elephant's back and getting thrown into murky water. When they did play on the snakes, like it wasn't like crazy. They had like that one part. Um, they had like a pit at one part, I think, but that was like really it. It wasn't anything crazy. And for me, bro, it's the second half of this film. I'll go second act and third act. I was saying the third act's my favorite, but I think it's really just a transition of how this movie builds. Like I just love once we get underground and like Indiana's trying to get all this stuff and set everybody free, and he gets like fucking like converted. You know what I mean? And now Indiana Jones is a bad guy, and it's like you just saw like the most badass character flip sides. You're like, it's over, it's over, dude. And then you tell him a short round comes out of nowhere, the torch, and it's like. But bro, Indy comes back. I think it's one of the most just coolest endings. I think he's my favorite villain. The guy from that, personally, there's something about the foreign aspect of it, and having him with his face paint and stuff, and just like, I'm gonna be honest. When you have like Western countries like America, those people, we have a certain way that we live. You know what I mean? So it's like if someone's fucked up, they're just screwed up in the head. Over here, they might eat you alive and not think that's bad. You know what I mean? Like there's almost something menacing. He's capturing children. He doesn't give a shit.
It's a different culture, right? Right.
Different culture. And then, like you said, bro, the bridge scene, bro, one of the most iconic. You're kind of like, thank God it's over. And then it's really only the shit just hit the fan. You're like, dude, no way. And the alligators below, you're just so much fear. And then dude, the CGI for this film, I feel like to watch him fall at the end was not bad. It was not bad CGI watching him fall off the cliff at the end.
Speaking of that, there's a specific part when he falls that he hits his head, and then when it flips back and when he flips again, you see red on his head.
Yeah,
they put blood on his head at that. I was like, what, bro? That's a lot of attention to detail from a movie from the 80s.
It is, dude. And because I was watching, dude, that's why I ended up going with this one, because there's so many like awesome scenes from this movie that I just remember. And like when I played Lego Indiana Jones, bro, this is the maps that I was always on. I was always running through the sand homes, not sand. You get what I'm saying? I don't know what they're actually made out of, but are they Pakistan? Is it Pakistan?
No, it's is it Palestinian?
Palestinian?
Might be Palestinian.
You get my point. Wherever they are, whatever they make their homes out of, I just love the vibe of it. It felt adventurous.
No, they're in India, bro. Right?
Is it India?
They're in India. Yeah. Well,
That's what I'm saying. Pakistan.
Yeah. Pakistan's not in India.
Near India. No, it's near India.
Is it?
Is it not?
No, bro. Pakistan's. Oh, is it? Oh, you're right. I think you're right.
I just need to make sure.
No, I think you're right. See, this is listen, bro. We're Americans, all right. We don't know geography, bro. All right.
You'd actually know, dude.
I don't even know where all the states are.
It's right off Iran. No, yeah, it's right next to India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, we're good. I was like, dude, I felt like I was so confused. So many people.
No, you're good.
I was like, I offended so many people, bro. No, so. It just goes back. My last point. This is the last thing I was going to say was my favorite scene that comes out of it, bro. Like the whole like you bring a gun, a machete to a gunfight. He's like, oh yeah, let's move on. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's so funny you mentioned that. You know, one of my least favorite. This is totally off track. The scene in the fourth one, where he says that line, you brought a knife to a gunfight, and then the two Nazis or whatever with Mutt in that little cafeteria in the fourth one, they take out the guns.
I know what you're saying.
One of the most cringy lines I've ever seen in my life. But sorry, continue. When you just said that line, it brought back PTSD.
No, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Before they trashed it like that. No, I totally get what you're saying. I know. I remember that scene.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get off track, but yeah.
No. But like I like at that time, bro, that was so I bet like people were watching their TV and this guy was like, oh, what are you gonna do? He's just like doesn't say anything. He shoots the guy and starts walking away. So iconic, bro. And it's funny because he pretty much does the same thing as Star Wars with like the whole who shot first thing. I don't know if you ever heard of that because you don't really watch it. There's a scene where basically he's a bounty hunter, pretty much. He's not a bounty hunter, but like when you think of what Han Solo really is, at the end of the day, he's pretty much like a bounty hunter. He flies around cargo and he freaking ends up killing people on accident. He's not a purposeful bounty hunter, but he's a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
He sits there and he's talking to an actual bounty hunter, and they're just talking about like a job, and he ends up shooting the guy and killing him, but like there's so many things of like everyone thinks the other guy shot first because of like how the gun fires in like the thing.
Yeah.
But like obviously Han didn't get hurt, and you know what I mean, nothing happened to
Probably
him,
missed.
so people don't know. But no, yeah, if you look it up, like there's a whole thing behind it. There's a whole like fan.
That's Star Wars.
I swear, if you look up who shot first, I bet you it'll just pop up.
And that's, you'd be like, Star Wars. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, man, Temple of Doom, dude, super iconic for me, and it's crazy that it really comes first in the story because it's almost like his most badass. As weird as it sounds, it was a good idea for a prequel because it just shows why he's so cool in the other ones. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, and when I said bad CGI earlier, I didn't mean bad CGI. I just meant like that whole, especially during the sequence where they jump out of the plane and stuff. It's so obviously fake at times, and but like, and I understand it's 80s, but it's so bad. Like it's bad even for the 80s at times, dude. I like old movies, and
I was even gonna say like the fourth one when they have the car on the edge of the cliff, like that CGI is really not bad at all. And it's like I know it is a little after, but for how bad, I know exactly. Like when you told me, dude, I totally had forgotten when they fall out of that goddamn plane in the freaking inflatable thing. It's so unrealistic.
But not just that, like there's points where there's obviously nobody in the float when it hits the ground and stuff, and you're like, what is going on? Like,
hey, who cut this?
Yeah, and then like
who cut this together?
What's going on, man? But like even points where they're going down the river, like there's like one stunt guy in there, and where the other two people go, like stuff like that. It's like I know what we're doing, you know what I mean? But no, yeah, it's once again 1984. I'll let it slide. I still love the film, but that's reasonable, man. Your number one's Temple of Doom. I got you, brother. I got you.
It's my fave.
All right,
but it's my childhood.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I get it. Let's go ahead and let's run through from our least favorite to favorite. I'll go first. Originally was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull at the bottom, but now it's Dial of Destiny. I'm gonna stick with that, even though I don't feel good about it. They're very interchangeable, but Dial of Destiny at 5, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull at 4, Raiders of the Lost Ark at 3, Temple of Doom at 2, and The Last Crusade at 1. One of my favorite movies. Go ahead.
It is going to be Dial of Destiny, Kingdom of Lost Skull. What is the third one's name?
Oh, Last Crusade.
Last Crusade. I'm so sorry. Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then Temple of Doom.
There you go, baby. There's the rating. Everybody watch on YouTube, and even if you're watching the full episode, go ahead and comment down below your ranking of the movies. Let us know, man. This video like as well. Did you not? Did you hate us? Did you unsubscribe now? I don't know.
Why do you hate me?
I don't know, man.
Who do you hate me?
That's what I'm saying. Why is Gamora?
Yes.
You know what though? If you did unsubscribe, though, go ahead and subscribe back. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe.
If you're already subscribed, join the Patreon.
Yes, sir.
If you're already in the Patreon, you're not. I know you're not. Join the Patreon.
Join the Patreon, baby. Yeah, man, and that should be it for episode 22. I think this was a pretty long episode.
Oh yeah.
So that's always fun.
A girthy episode.
But yeah, no, man. Hey, we love that, baby. Indiana Jones episode just for you guys, man. We love y'all out there. Like I said, bro, Patreon, a lot of fun stuff.
We love you guys so much. Sign up for the Patreon and stay out for the dark room.
And yeah, there you go. Brayden did it for me. I love y'all, man. We'll see you next week when we do Insidious, baby. Let's get it.